Happy New Year, everybody. It's me, the ALE Double X Prince, back here on YouTube. Been gone, yes, even way before like the New Year and stuff, but I just haven't really cared about wrestling. I mean, I'm excited that Brock Lesnar is now your new WWE champion, but I'm positive that at WrestleMania he's gonna lose it either to Roman in a champion versus champions match, or I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. There's rumors that they're gonna do the triple threat with McIntyre, Brock, and Roman, title for title. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a weird WrestleMania, and part of it is because the roster is dead. There's like almost nobody left for um WWE, and you could blame Johnny Ace, Vince McMahon, and that fucking fat ass Nick Khan. Jesus Christ! Ever since Nick Khan took over, this fucking asshole has just been erasing everybody and just like, I'm sorry, like fuck those three. Like, and if Triple H does leave, if that's the rumor that he might leave and then go to AEW, all power to you because as much as AEW is doing good things, Triple H knows how to develop. Good star, like already established superstars. Not to say there's some issues with Triple H going to AEW, and the issue is that Triple H only knows how to work with established superstars. Look at NXT. This is what I mean by that. Adam Cole, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Keith Lee, and Matt Riddle. Just nine names. Johnny Gargano, 10 names. All of those have the same thing in common, and that is that they have all been already kind of established in the indie circuit, but Triple H helped them become bigger in that sense. So, how is that an issue for AEW? The issue with that is that let's say Triple H got to AEW first, and then someone like Hook from Team Taz, Taz's son Hook, gets there. It'll take him a long ass time for him to be considered a top main event player or even be relevant. He could probably end up being a jobber. Hook could possibly be the next mid card champion. Like I could see him being a TNT champion, and he's gonna be fucking amazing. Uh, that guy's fucking badass, honestly. But anyways, that's not what I'm here for. But it definitely will hurt a lot of stars that are not established. But I have full confidence in Triple H and Tony Khan knowing how to work with each other. Cody Rhodes and Triple H would know how to work with each other. They better. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I know those two hate each other right now, but hey, let the bygones be bygones. But what if what if Triple H does go to AEW? Hear me out. Triple H wants to have one final match at Revolution or Double or Nothing or All Out or Full Gear, whatever. And the person is Cody Rhodes. Naturally, people cheer Triple H as the veteran and boo Cody Rhodes, the guy who's just trying to put himself over everybody. Cody beats him, Triple H retires, and Cody Rhodes finally fully fledged heel. That would be great. That would be great for business. I don't know. That's just me fantasy booking, but I don't know. WWE, I just don't give a shit anymore. I really don't give a shit about WWE. I mean, we say this over and over, and we still watch this garbage, but AEW is really where it's at right now. Hangman Page, Darby Allen, MJF, Orange Cassidy, Malachi Black. These guys have either been ex WWE superstars or new stars in the making, and I'm excited for that. Eddie Kingston, I forgot Eddie Kingston, Sammy Guevara. Um, I like that AEW is actually trying to be established. If only the only problem I have with AEW is that they're not quite WWE yet, and it will be impossible for that to happen. The only way AEW will succeed, I'm being really honest and brutally honest. The only way AEW will truly be established as the number one wrestling company is if WWE shuts down. And based on how everything's going, I wouldn't be shocked if WWE goes out of business this year. MLW is suing them. A lot of cancellations is going on. They're just being just red flagged up the fucking ass. WWE, and they fucking deserve it. They're being fucking petty assholes. They screwed over a bunch of people who could have been your next level players. Um, and yeah, it's annoying that we have to rely on the same fucking people. How many times are we gonna see Styles and Orton, Styles and Riddle? I mean, we're waiting on Orton and Riddle, but we're not gonna. We know that's gonna be at WrestleMania. And honestly, that match is gonna be fucking awesome. There's rumors that the Fiend is going back to WWE, and if that's the case, I'm not mad at it. I'm not quite mad at it. The only way I could accept it is if the Fiend wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to face Roman, he dethrones Roman Reigns, and the Fiend is this unstoppable monster, and it will have to take years for him to, or not years, but at least until WrestleMania 39, at least to like dethrone him, and that's when you establish a brand new star like Kevin Owens, who honestly Kevin Owens should be a top main event player. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I think Kevin Owens is well established. He knows how to work the WWE system. And if you're gonna hire Kevin Owens again, um, then I, if the least he could do is push him to the top. I mean, this guy has been there with Jericho, Styles, you former Universal Champion. He understands the system, and everybody likes Kevin Owens. And I think Kevin Owens, if you haven't won the Royal Rumble, he'll turn babyface immediately. And hell, instead of giving Big E that push, why don't you give Kevin Owens that push? It would be pretty cool. Imagine him facing Brock and Roman Reigns back to back. That would be fucking awesome. Um, there's other stuff that could make the show great, but one thing that I will give WWE that is doing good is NXT 2.0. Now, I don't think the show is great. I think it's actually pretty boring and dull, but I could see a future with some of those guys. Rex Steiner, Austin Theory, uh, what the hell is that guy's name? Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar. I know Champa's not going to stick around, but whatever. I could see NXT really telling us who the future is, and I do want WWE. If you're not gonna hire guys um like the indie market, if you're not gonna go to the indie market, the least you could do is build some guys up. I mean, they're building Austin Theory kind of. It's not working for me. I think he should have stayed in NXT and become a solo act for a while. And almost he's been doing good. He's pretty much getting that Braun Strowman like push. Just don't fuck him over. That's all I ask. Um, yeah, I should make a list of like just like all the guys that they shouldn't have fired. Um, but of course, Gable Steveson. I'm positive he's either gonna debut at the Rumble or after WrestleMania. Um, that's the only way I can see Gable Steveson work. Yeah, I can't think of any other ways that he could work out. What am I missing? Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked about the roster. Let's talk about the Rumble. I mean, the men's Rumble, I kind of already touched it. Like, it should be someone facing both champions, or one of the champions is gonna go and face. Charlotte Flair is in the Royal Rumble, and she's the SmackDown Women's Champion. I know the reason. There's no women in the roster. That's the obvious reason. And they're gonna try to do the Brock Lesnar moment um where Brock went through the gauntlet and then got eliminated by McIntyre. Why don't they do this? Like, this is, and I'm being honest, why don't they just have Becky and Charlotte start the Royal Rumble, hear me out, and they have to try to go the distance, because at this particular Royal Rumble, only one woman will be champion, and then we'll slowly but surely end the brand split. And then you could give it to Bianca Belair, maybe Mickey James if she's planning on sticking around. Sasha Banks could be a great option. Bailey, there's rumored of her coming back. That could be a really cool thing to do. That's what I would have done with the women's Royal Rumble. If you're gonna have Charlotte in it, let's just throw Becky Lynch in there and unify the both two belts, and then that will get more interest because now you're like, oh, Mickey James is here, the Bella Twins are here, Lita's here. Now you're more invested because there's something bigger on the line other than an opportunity at WrestleMania. It's just a thought. But onto the rest of the stuff that our people are talking about. Cody Rhodes has COVID. I'm just throwing shit out like from the top of my head. Cody Rhodes has COVID, and he's currently, or Sammy Guevara is going to be the interim champion until he comes back. And the rumor is that Cody and Sammy will have a rematch, and the winner will be the undisputed TNT champion. I know that they were gonna build up Hook versus Cody Rhodes. I think they could still do that. The question is if they do it, because I want to see that. I want to see Cody and versus Hook, and I think Hook has the potential of really being the face. I don't think he's gonna beat Cody, but Hook has a real potential. I don't know, something about him is just really dope. I don't know what it is, but he could really go somewhere. MJF and Punk, the promos have been amazing. There's a story they're gonna do it at either Bash at the Beach or at Revolution. I honestly, I would tease it at Bash at the Beach, but then MJF either screws up or he kicks CM Punk in the nuts or gets himself disqualified, and it's just a beatdown. He cuts a big promo talking about how CM Punk is the past. He's throwing everything to the past. Then a rematch is set for Revolution, but if MJF gets himself disqualified, he's fired because the rumor is that he's going to WWE. Don't do that, MJF. That is the dumbest thing you could do. Here's why. And I don't think necessarily he would fail at WWE. The thing with MJF is that MJF has already been called less known Miz. Keep in mind, he's been already compared to the Miz, Chris Jericho. He's been compared to a lot of people. Imagine working to with those people that he's already been compared to, and Vince McMahon already sees uh, a lot of good stuff out of the Miz or other members of the roster. MJF will be literally treated like Ethan Carter III, who's another guy he's been compared to. So MJF just stay in AEW. You have a likely possibility of becoming a main event superstar in AEW, and that's a very good accomplishment because MJF, he's a good asshole. Like he is a good like villain. Like I've never seen a villain so perfect since Champa in 2018. So I would keep MJF in AEW. Punk. Punk could just keep going on this ride, and then I heard he's gonna face the AEW champion at Double or Nothing, or at least All Out. That would be great. And whether he faces Hangman Page or somebody else, he could go somewhere. And I'm just hooked on AEW. It just feels like a good TV show, and I think more people should check it out. That's just my personal opinion. All I ask in return is that Tony Khan can just get off the internet. Just stick to paying motherfuckers, but just get off the internet. This guy's constantly talking shit. He tried to um defend himself over the Big Swole controversy and the whole no black superstars on top. Trust me, when they get Keith Lee, this guy was likely going to be the first black world champion in that company. Sorry, Powerhouse Hobbs. I know a lot of people have a lot of big stake in you, but the second they get Keith Lee, that's it. It's over, man. Um, and I feel bad for Powerhouse Hobbs because he's a guy who got over by himself on AEW, and he will follow that agenda of we hired an ex WWE superstar that Vince didn't want, and then he goes on to um face be the face of AEW or one of the faces of AEW. Um, there's a lot of stuff to be excited for, definitely for AEW, but that's really it. If anything, if you want to just watch good wrestling, just watch AEW. Watch WWE when they get their shit together, or if The Rock comes out, or something. I don't know what else they could really do. Another suggestion that done is that if John Cena could do it, I think John Cena should stick to a full fledged schedule instead of a half ass schedule where he just comes for one match, lose, and then bounce for another year. I think it's time for John Cena to come in, get some victories, and have a full fledged program, and then finally end his career the right way. That's my personal opinion on that. But yeah, not too high on wrestling right now, but I am watching still. I don't want you guys to think I just gave up on this channel. No, I'm still gonna be here. Once something good happens, I'll definitely talk about it. Um, Again, check out my podcast, CATANATION Studios, to learn about people in the San Diego community as well as new podcasters around the world. And check out Movies with Alex if you're gonna interested in talking about movies and even TV shows. I've reviewed Spider-Man No Way Home, Hawkeye, and Dexter New Blood. And I do plan on watching Scream on Thursday, and then on Friday I'll have the review up. So stay tuned for all of that. It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until then, I'm out.